This is a new section. We realised that trainees make considerable use of the ethical framework as part of their training courses, and yet we hadn't really addressed them as a group and their particular needs. So for this version of the ethical framework, we deliberately researched what our trainees' needs, and we've attempted to address the issues that came up. And one of the first of those issues was, what are the ethical expectations of trainees when they're working with each other to learn new skills and maybe practicing work with each other? And how does that compare with what's expected of them when they're working with clients for real, people who are members of the public who are coming to them for counselling, psychotherapy, or any of the other related roles? And so the ethical framework addresses that and says what those differences are. It also addresses a number of other specific issues which have cropped up in practice. So how should trainees are often expected to present case studies or to reflect on their work with real clients as part of their assessment process. So what's expected of them there in terms of respecting the confidentiality and privacy of that work? What does the new standards of openness and transparency, which is reflected in both the openness required by GDPR and similar data protection requirements, but also candour, what does that mean in terms of how does a trainee construct their relationship with the client? And so trainees on basic qualifying courses are expected to be open with clients that they are in fact trainees, or to ensure that clients are aware of their training status. If, for example, the trainee is not the person who recruits the client, but an assessor may have had a preliminary interview with them, that issue might have been addressed there. So what we expect, because this is a new section, this is an area where it would be really helpful to have feedback and to know whether or not it is in fact helping trainees in the ways that we hope.